Good morning. Good morning. Yes, a few minutes late today. It's after 8:05. Good morning and happy Monday. How are you? Have you got a bit of Mondayitis, or like me, were you up early, bright and early this morning, doing my HIIT class at 6:30, which was great. Always enjoy that. Fabulous way to start the week. And I just thought we'd do something a bit different today. So I thought we would share some thoughts with you about niche. Have you got a social media niche? Are you trying to be every man, every woman, every person when you're online? Are you just sort of sticking it out there, hoping for the best? So, one of the things I want to share with you today is some thoughts actually from a presentation I did for my Athena group recently, which was what is your social media niche? So, I thought what we'll do is we will find that presentation and share some of that with you, because I think that would be really useful. Because what's really important is that we have an understanding of where we are at with our social media. And if you're going to get results from your social media, you need to be making sure that you understand who is your perfect client. Because I had this conversation with somebody recently about their social media and not getting results. And I said, well, who's your perfect client? And the response was pretty much anybody with a pulse. So the more you can define your perfect client, why they would use you, what it is about them, what sector they're in, what age, what problems they have that you solve. And because we all problem solvers, we don't sell products or services. In some way, shape, or form, we solve problems. And a really important thing to understand when you start and explore the idea of creating a niche, it might be a seasonal thing. There may be times of the year when you work in a particular area. The lovely Audrey Bodman is a lady who is particularly niched. When you land on her LinkedIn profile, it's really clear what she does. Sharon Gaskin, who's the lady who coined, gosh, how many years ago, the N word. We always laugh about niching. So thinking about who your perfect client is, how do you help and support them, and who are you competing against? So some things to think about is make sure that your social media profile makes it clear who you work with. Really easy to understand. We've got a number of people here who've all got different ideas on profiles, and I think it's essential that we understand who that perfect client is, because if we're not niching, we can't understand. So the benefits are, why bother, I hear you ask? Why would I even bother creating a niche for my social media? Well, actually, it will help with every area of your marketing. 100% will help with every element of your marketing, because it makes it easy for people to see if they're in the right place. It means that your website can be representative. So a perfect example of that is a particular niche for me is working with trainers and coaches. And I am actually, today is D-Day. Today is the day that my Social Media for Trainers course starts. It's a course for trainers and coaches. We run for 12 weeks from today. Yeah, super excited to get started with that. And I have particularly niched into the needs of trainers and coaches. Now, it's not to say that I don't work with other types of businesses, but my particular niche, so my marketing will reflect that. So if you are somebody, say an accountant that works with a particular, say works with creative businesses, you're finding your niche, because then the benefits of doing that means you will find it so much easier to create your content. Anything that you have to promote your business, your website, your any handouts, pop-up banners, everything like that should reflect that. Now, you might not want to niche all the time. You may say, well, actually, for the first half of 2023, Karen, What I want to do is just work with people who are small to medium businesses, say less than 50 staff, who need help to get their website seen, for argument's sake. And that might be fine. But you might find also that during that first 6 months of 2023, there's a certain type of client finds you. And sometimes that does actually happen. Your niche finds you, which I think is really interesting. 4.5 years ago, I presented at Trainer Talk Live and just absolutely taken with this fantastic community of trainers and coaches, freelancers who really wanted to do that. Morning, Alex. Lovely to see you. Cheers. Talking niching. You'll love this one. I have my coffee as well. I need that this morning. So when I first went to Trainer Talk Live 4 years ago, I walked into this room full of trainers, coaches, freelance people, development, learning and development people, and thought, wow, I've found my tribe. Is my word of the month, actually. I might have to change it in a few days, won't we? Because we go into March. And I just thought, wow, I love hanging out with these guys. Really do. And actually, a week on Friday morning, a week on Friday, I'm actually hosting. Morning, George. I'm actually hosting Trainer Talk Live, which we've got trainers coming from all over the country. Which is super exciting because Sharon, who it's her business, asked me last summer if I would be interested in becoming an ambassador for Trainer Talk. So a week on Friday, God help me, very nervous because it's not my business, is I'm hosting Trainer Talk Live. So if you haven't registered and you haven't heard about it before, just a little pitch for the lovely Sharon. If you're a freelancer in learning and development, coaching, and you want to hang out and spend a day with some incredible people, we've got some fabulous speakers as well, do a bit of networking, masterminding, all sorts, do get in touch because it is open to non-members. And I think that's one thing that people tend to forget is it's very much for the members, but also to give non-members a taste of what the community's like. And we do these 4 times a year. Can you believe that? God, I'm going to do it 4 times. Bonkers. So anyway, I digress. But Sharon was the one who really got me thinking about niching and understanding that, because the more we funnel it down, you think about your social media is this huge world of people. And then you start to narrow it down. Well, I want to work with people, say, in the Northwest. Well, what sort of people in the Northwest? People who run their own business. What type of business in the Northwest? What size of business? And what particular problems does that business face? The more you can funnel that down and down and down. And it's just incredible. Oh, thank you, Alex. Yes. Well, we're going to do it another 3 times this year. We're going to do it again in June and September and November. My gosh. 4 one-day events they are. Yeah, last year was fantastic, except I got COVID, didn't I? A lot of us got COVID, unfortunately. Less said about that, the better. But it's an incredible event. But so niching, I got distracted by your chat, Alex. Honestly, I'm terrible, aren't I? So niching, benefits of doing it really simply is it makes every marketing element of your business easy. So when I came back from Trainer Talk Live last year, in Gloucester, I had a wonderful time, absolutely adored seeing all these people I'd only met on Zoom. It was wonderful. I was quite poorly with COVID, and I woke up in the middle of the night and thought, do you know what it is? I love working with these guys. I want to do some work just for them. So I dragged myself downstairs, went onto 123 Reg, and registered the domain, which I was amazed was still available, socialmediafortrainers.co.uk. And I've actually also registered LinkedIn for trainers.co.uk, which will be a bounce off to the new website. So I created that whole website. That's taken niching to an extreme. I've actually created a whole website just for my niche. So it means that other people that work with me in a more generalist sense, who've got business challenges and problems, will still work with me I'm not cutting myself off from those people. And that's the important thing you need to understand is we have to have clarity and focus around that. And actually, that brings me on to today's first session with my wonderful trainers and coaches. Today is all about building your social media plan. And we will be talking niching, amongst other things. So that's me. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you bright and early this time next week. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.